Un- Unfortunately, you know, India's Planning Commission gave a lot of importance to urbanization and industrialization. In fact, there's correspondence exchange between Gandhi and Nehru. You know, Gandhi had full faith in the wealth of Indian agriculture and traditional knowledge. Even more than Gandhi, another person who was part of the Bhudan gift, gift or gifting of surplus land to the landless, Vinoba Bhave, you know, he's a towering personality. He wrote a lot on farming. So yeah, the planning commission reasoned that yes, it's true that post independence agriculture has improved. You know, the government's own records show that there was a good increase in total agricultural production as well as total agricultural productivity, which is production per unit area, in the first 3 5 year plans post independence. But all this was being consumed by the farmers themselves, you know, because two factors. One is that, you know, the most of them were perishable, so they didn't have a long shelf life, and you know, small surpluses of, you know, 80, 50, 80, 100 items growing in a single farm is not amenable to marketing to distant areas. And so they took a conscious decision to promote two grains, wheat and rice, of a very narrow genetic base. Swaminathan imported 18,000 tons of dwarf Mexican wheat all the way from halfway across the world. Mm. And that was 1966, after Lal Bahadur Shastri's death, when resistance to modern agriculture was weak. He, he, he had already invited Borlaug to India, and then he got 18,000 tons of dwarf wheat seeds across the world, halfway on the opposite face of the earth. And that was the takeoff point. We can say the floodgates of modern agriculture, green revolution technology opened wide that year, and our import of chemical fertilizers was a straight jump of 60% in that particular year and kept on growing. The whole government machinery was put to uh, uh, promoting this kind of agriculture, which provided two grains, rice and wheat, to feed a growing urban industrial population. So, you know, it's ecologically not sound. It is not sound from a nutritional point of view, but it meets the objective of filling the bellies of the growing urban industrial population, which was the main thrust. Anyway, so I should cut it short, but my book on Bhaskar Save, The Vision of Natural Farming, is something which I find most satisfaction from. It was written over 20 years, and uh, the term food forests was perhaps used for the first time uh, uh, when talking about Bhaskar Save's work in my book, because he developed a system of growing tree crops which provided human food, and that is ecologically the best, you know. Fukuoka managed to do no-tillage farming with its grain crops, with an overlapping succession of rice and barley. But it was not possible in India because we didn't have that distributed rainfall. In our tropical conditions, temperate conditions, you have more distributed rainfall. And Bhaskar Save said, but we can very well do no-tillage food growing with horticultural crops and tree crops. And he developed a system of growing orchards and food forests of trees and perennials, you know. For the very first time when he started planting, he would till the land, but he never ever had to till the land again, because he would establish a ground cover all over the land and make sure it continued all the time, combining short lifespan, medium lifespan, and long lifespan species. And the complete green cover ensured that the soil, organic life of the soil, regenerated marvelously, and all the soil dwelling creatures did all the tillage, which is the tillage which happens in a natural forest, uncultivated forest. So he mimicked nature's processes in uh, in growing his food forests, his orchards, and he did remarkably well. And that is what has achieved, got a lot of recognition and appreciation. So Fukuoka visited his farm in '97. The legendary natural farmer who was translated into 60 languages. He said, I visited farms all over the world, but this is the best. It's even better than my own farm, you know. And yeah, anyway, so it's getting too long. Yeah.